electronic musical inspiration, taiko. Noah got me hooked on taiko some years back, and it's just really opened up my eyes to what can be. I am just absolutely madly in love with like all things math rock at the moment. Listening to bands like Covet and TTNG and Polyphia and Toei and just fucking beautiful instrumentation, like mind-blowing instrumentation. Got a bit of a hard-on for that.
Do you get down with Buka Shade?
I don't know what that is, to be honest.
I think you'd be into it for sure. I think I might have played it for you once or twice.
I've been super, super honest with people like moving out here. I understand that like my knowledge about the things that I'm passionate about is I have like a wealth of knowledge of the things that I'm passionate about, but I'm aware that I've been ignorant to a lot of other things, and that's part of moving. It's like to have the opportunity to go have experiences. Like dubstep's huge out here. Like, yeah, there's dubstep in New York, but my friends aren't into that shit. We never went to a dubstep show before. You introduced me, Jimmy, to Satsang. Like, Drew makes music absolutely like nothing I've ever like listened to before. I love it. It's incredible. Yeah, you'll have to hook me up.
Yeah, I think you would probably like it. They're German guys. They do DJ sets, but they also do live performances.
Fire.
Where it's like a drum kit and synths and stuff like that. And so not as, not like a band set up like a taiko.
Yeah.
It's just two dudes, but yeah, just to see like using the drum kits and the synths and stuff to produce that stuff right in front of you, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It'd be so much fun to do, reaching that point. Yeah, definitely send me some.
I will, for sure.
What kind of, I know you were about to ask a question, what kind of stuff do you like to listen to when you run?
It varies, to be honest. I used to be way more into only doing like EDM or electronic when I run, and I've kind of gotten back into my roots of punk rock and hardcore.
Dope.
And so I may
put the Pennywise playlist on?
I may have a playlist that, I may have like some ASAP, and then it might go into, Porter Robinson and then some Pennywise. So I'm just kind of all over the place. I've been dipping back into Tool a little bit lately with the
getting ready for the new album.
Yeah. I don't know if Jimmy's ever told you about Dance Department.
We were listening to it today.
So that used to be like my go-to to like find different stuff. And it still is a little bit, but not as much now that I can't download it on iTunes. But I like religiously would just wait for that to drop every Tuesday or whatever it was, and then that would lead me down into different wormholes and different artists and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I don't know if it's ironic, but I tend to train more with music than I actually race with it.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, you focus more on the act of doing when you're actually racing, right?
Yeah, and like in the 300s that I have done at a time where I might want to call onto that music or have the iPod or whatever, I have pacers with me. Mm-hmm. So then there's conversing with them and stuff like that. I think maybe if I were to do something long, like a 100-mile race solo, I might call on it and use it.
Fanny pack with the iPad.
Yep,
with the iPod.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the 3 that I've done, I've had people with me from 50 miles to the finish line. So, I'm either in good spirits and talking to them, or I'm in zombie mode and I'm in my head and they're talking at me and telling me to do things.
I do have one more question.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered like changing your name to 300 Mile Dick? Will you change your name to 400 Mile Dick when you make the next one, or?
Oh, because of the races?
Yeah.
It was just the name came about just kind of randomly. During a 100-mile race, I was pacing someone. So the story is, I was pacing one of my clients. We literally like 4 miles from the finish line. And so we've run through the night into the next day. And yeah. And they started the 50-miler in the morning on that next day. So as these people are finishing the 100, there's also 50-milers finishing at the same time.
Gotcha.
And so this pretty blonde-haired girl came blowing by us, and my friend was like kind of in a daze, and he's like, "Oh man, wow, look at her." I was like, go get her.
Yeah,
Like, one
run.
just saying like, run. Yeah, let's get done with this. And the other thing was like, go get her. Like, if you think she's that cute, catch up to her and tell her your name or whatever. And he goes, but she's got 50-mile legs. And without missing a beat, I go, yeah, but you got a 100-mile dick.
That's awesome.
And then being, my name being Richard, then that kind of just carried over to light bulb moment and like changing up the Instagram handle.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
One thing I just wanted to touch on before we get out of here is this dude is old school New York City club scene, Sound Factory, stuff like that.
Was it Twilo? Tunnel? Limelight? Back in the day. Debauchery.
So we have an OG on our hands.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like Michael Ailing or whatever that dude's name was, the guy that they made that Macaulay Culkin made that movie Monster. You ever seen that?
No.
So this guy, Michael Ailing, I think his name was. He was like mid to late 90s, like club kid, like promoter at the Limelight, like friends with Peter Gatien, like all that jazz. And anyone that gets too far into the dark side of it, the drugs and stuff like that, ended up like killing his drug dealer or something, and then like, chopped him up like in his tub, and like they. Long story short, he got caught, obviously, and then I think he just got out of prison not too long ago. But like he was like the leader of like that club kid, like
Gotcha.
revolution or era in the early to mid 90s or whatever, when like he was on Donahue when they had them on Donahue, and they were like eating lollipops and like had all their makeup and all that stuff on. But he used to wear a set of wings, like angel wings, at the Limelight. Not quite on that level, but yeah.
You had like the devil wings?
No, I used to just wear tank tops pretty much.
Speedo.
No
Flip-flops.
Speedo, but it did have a
the one from Borat.
It did have they did have an underwear party that I just randomly showed up for one time at the Sound Factory in the summer. There's another time they had a beach party in the wintertime.
Fire. That's
and it
awesome.
was like complete. I was there the night before, entranceway, normal. Next night, like filled with sand. And you're like, what the fuck? And then we were upstairs, and we were all just hanging out talking, and all of a sudden, just like this bright, like purple light kind of like just started glowing. And it turned around, and someone was getting into a tanning bed. They literally had tanning beds.
No way, dude. That's wild.
So it's crazy times.
I haven't encountered anything like that with our scene currently, but you made me think of this. I just wanted to say it. Like, could be a great like note to end on. We started throwing shows in like little illegal clubs in New York City. Noah had his connection and had his ins, and we started throwing some other shows together. Shout out Baby Castles. Joe is the fucking man, like booking us to play shows in this spot. It's just like, $5 entry, like come buy a beer for $1, like, and just listen to this weird music. You know what I mean? So we were super, super fortunate to have the opportunity to have these places that we could begin to build our foundation on. And now, just this year, like, my friends are getting booked to play festivals. You know what I mean? Like, there eventually will be it won't be like a beach-themed night. It'll be a spaceship-themed night, and it'll be fucking wild, and everybody will be painted blue or green or walking around in a spacesuit or some shit. Yeah, I'm really excited for those crazy, like, when it finally does break into, like, the crazy club scene will be super dope. Whether or not I'm still into, like, going out at that point in my life, it could be in 40 years. I don't know. But just the fact that, like, the community's gone from playing in illegal club settings and warehouses and dive bars to, like, being played on festival main stages is sick.
Keep manifesting it.
Yeah, it's and I tell everybody just keep making music like everybody else, will just keep supporting it. And if anybody, like, if you're listening to this and you by some grace of God are a fan of my music and you want to know, like, how you can, like, quote, break into the scene, just DM me. My DMs are open everywhere. Send me your music. I'll give you feedback. I'll send it on to the homies. Without the people that support me, I wouldn't be anything. So it's like my job to give back.
Respect.
Where can the people slide into those DMs?
Slide into the DMs.
Where can they find you?
Where do you want those dick pics coming?
You can send me front and back photos of your credit cards to Just B Connor on Twitter, JUSTBE Connor, CONNOR. I'm on SoundCloud, Just Connor NYC. Those are the two I like to use the most. Instagram, Con Donaldson.
Awesome. Connor, it was a pleasure. Thank you for an epic time.
This was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
I had
It was
a
fucking
blast, for real. Like,
Really
we got to
appreciate
get you
this.
to 14,000 feet for sure. But thank you for coming in. I'm
Hell yeah.
super into the music and the production side of it. And there's a small part of me at some point in time wants to learn how to spin records or
Hell
like,
yeah.
how do you make them come together and overlap them and just get people to while out. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Great talking to you.